Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
So friends, first let us understand summon. Whenever any consultant, any taxpayer receives summon, they don't know what to do. They are having a fear whether to ignore or not to ignore or what to do. आपको summon आता है, you have been asked to present before that authority on this date along with this information. Sometimes you will receive the summon from other city, other state. So in such case, what to do? Many times taxpayer, sometimes they ignore that information. I'll give an example. In one case, the summon was received from the Delhi. In another investigation, where my client was not having any business to do. So in such case, what to do? Whether we should respond or we should not respond. Assuming department has asked me some information that you have this vehicle and kindly provide us the details of the vehicle where it went on this date in 2018. They will ask the details of 2018, 19 or 20. I'm just taking an example. So someone received from the Delhi GST authority asking a detail of vehicle, where it was, what goods it has transported on so and so date. So authority asked me to present their office along with the information. So as a consultant, taxpayer will come to you and ask, sir, क्या करना है इसका, क्या करना चाहिए अभी? और ऐसे समन आपको within the city आ सकते हैं, within your jurisdiction आ सकते हैं, from another city भी आ सकते हैं. So what we should do, or might be in your case only authority will issue a summon. You have been asked to present before me on this date and provide me this information. First, we should not be having any fear of the summon. Second, we should be most respectful to the summon. And this is what we are not doing. We just ignore the summon. हम फोन पे बात कर लेते हैं, सर थोड़ा बाहर हूं, नहीं आए तो चलेगा. We should not do like that. If they have issued a summon, we should respond it. If we should go, if it's the 10 date, if not possible, we should submit a letter asking you another date as I am not there. Now let us understand the provision. So section 70. The proper officer has a power to issue summon to any person whose attendance he considers necessary either to give evidence or produce document in any inquiry. And the summon is a judicial proceeding within the meaning of IPC. So this is just normal format of the summon. So friends, my first question is that the summon is issued to the taxpayer. Can consultant appear on behalf of taxpayer? Yes, please respond. I will repeat the question.
All are requested to please keep the session interactive and keep posting.
So question is,
chat box for
आपके client को summon आया है.
Yes.
And client is saying यार सर मैं नहीं जा सकता, मुझे टेंशन आ रहा है, या मैंने सुना है वो समन के बाद अरेस्ट कर लेते हैं. ऐसे भी मतलब कुछ बार हुआ है कि समन आया है और सब उस केस में. So I will not go. I'm in a panic situation. I request you to attend the summon. Like we attend the hearing. So can you attend the summon? So Hirik Parekh saying yes. Rinna is saying no. Ashish saying but not for recording the statement. Yes saying yes. Yes. So friends, Mohim saying yes. So friends, so object of section 70 is the personal attendance, personal presence of the person to whom the summon is issued. Therefore, we can go with the taxpayer, but when they are taking the statement, they are recording the statement, they are asking the information, we cannot be there. There are so many judgments in this regard, which says that presence of lawyer, presence of professional is not required during examination, during the recording of statement. So हम जा तो सकते हैं बट वहां पे रुक नहीं सकते हैं.
चैनल में भेज दिया.
Honorable Supreme Court, in case of senior Indian officer, was Jugal Kishore Sharma,
भेज दिया.
has given a guideline in this regard. It is mentioned by the court that professional can go, but he need to sit at a reasonable distance to check that the taxpayer is not tortured, any wrong treatment is not given to taxpayer, but he should be in such a distance that he should not listen anything. उसको कुछ भी सुनाई देना नहीं चाहिए. ऐसा डिस्टेंस पे टैक्सपेयर कंसल्टेंट रुक सकता है. So this is what about the whether professional can go for someone or not. So in general हम साथ में जाना और अटेंड करना दोनों अलग बात है. आप डिपार्टमेंट तक जा सकते हो, यू कैन गो अप टिल द डिपार्टमेंट, बट यू कैन नॉट अटेंड their examination, their what they're asking, recording the statement. You need to sit at a reasonable distance, or they may ask you to sit at outside, and they are right. Friends, what happens in when the department issues someone and we ask, no sir, taxpayer nahi hai, मैं कर लेता हूँ. Department came to know that the consult is not aware of the provisions. He is not aware keys. Someone when we are calling a person, he only need to submit the statement. So the person to whom someone is issued, he is required to attend it. Consultant cannot attend on behalf of taxpayer. However, if authority agrees, then there may be a different scenario. What can be the consequences of not attending the summon or ignoring the summon? Yes, anyone aware? क्या होता है अगर आप summon attend नहीं करते हो तो? They will issue another summon. They will issue one more summon. It may happen. No, arrest will not happen. So I think I have not taken that one decision in my slide. There is one recent decision of Supreme Court, and it is also referred by the CBIC. In GST, now we'll see that arrests are not happening the way it was used to happen earlier, because Supreme Court has said, and which is referred by the CBIC also, that just because there is a power to arrest and taxpayer has done some fraudulent thing and there is a power to arrest, department should not proceed with the arrest proceeding. There is a difference between power to arrest and utilization of that power. So they will not immediately arrest the person, they will give another chance or some other thing they will do. So consequences I am asking, so the department too have a power to levy the penalty. So if a person fails to appear before the authority when he has been to issue the summon or produce a document with a penalty of rupees 25,000. Along with that, there is some harsh consequences, although it has not been taken by the department yet, but they can punish you with the imprisonment. So imprisonment आपको जेल भी हो सकती है, but वो harsh consequences समन के लिए immediately नहीं करते just because आपने समन नहीं attend की तो. But yes, they can levy a penalty. Now, in summon, while recording your statement, will ask you so many questions. Yeah, that for example, from where you are buying these goods, what are the values, who are your customers, who are your suppliers, what is the transaction, give details of the transactions, which documents are prepared, which documents are not prepared, what we should do in such case, what we should guide our taxpayer to do, because it is going to happen. They will ask you at least 5-10 questions. And taxpayer in such a case, he is little panic, थोड़ा टेंशन में होता है कि यार अभी क्या होगा क्या. जैसे कोई भी आदमी ऑपरेशन थिएटर में जाता है, भले मालूम हो ठीक है छोटा मोटा ऑपरेशन है, बट स्टिल अ पर्सन इज इन अ पैनिक सिचुएशन. इन द सेम वे taxpayer is also panic when the department ask him or when he is going for a summon. So what he should do or what we should guide a taxpayer कि आपको ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे लगे तो आपने क्या करना चाहिए. Yes, friends, they'll ask you provide the details of the turnover with this party, or let us know how this transaction has happened, who were involved, what is the modus operandi. So friends, There is a Indian Evidence Act refer the concept of refreshing memory. That, and I also advise that you should guide your taxpayer client when he's going to attend the summon, that do not give any false information or any incorrect information or half-cooked information. It is more dangerous. If he is not aware, he should simply say that, sir, I need to check with my consultant, my accountant, because I am not in detail aware of this thing, because I am managing the business. So many transactions happens on day-to-day basis, and no one is supposed to remember. So in such a case, taxpayer should say that, for example, department is asking that you are doing job work. So is it a job work in GST? What documents you are maintaining? How goods are sent? Which documents on the goods are sent? After processing, how goods are being returned? Such kind of the question they will ask. And if taxpayer is not aware properly, department asks whether the challenge is prepared, whether EVL is prepared, how the value is derived. If they ask such kind of bouncing question, in such a case, we should advise the client earlier only that do not give any wrong information. It is more dangerous. In such a case, taxpayer should simply tell the department or officer that, sir, I am not expert into these things, and my team and my accountant takes care of all such things. And or even if accountant is also appearing for the summon, in such a case, they can simply say, so many voluminous transactions happening, and I request you to please give me some time. I will provide you all this information in a so and so period of time. There is one judgment I am referring over here of Supreme Court. Supreme Court also said that a person cannot be expected to remember every transaction. So please be confident whenever, because हमें ये भी डर लगता है कभी कभी कोई प्रोफेशनल फोन करके पूछे सर वो इतनी इंफॉर्मेशन मांग रहा है मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है व्हाट आई शुड डू इन पैनिक मोड डोंट बी पैनिक हो सकता है कि हमें याद नहीं हो सकता है कि सब चीजें सब प्रोसीजर सब रूल्स रेगुलेशन इमीडिएटली याद ना आए सो इन सच अ केस डू नॉट प्रोवाइड एनी रॉन्ग इंफॉर्मेशन दैट रॉन्ग इंफॉर्मेशन क्रिएट अ प्रॉब्लम इन द सब्सिक्वेंट प्रोसीडिंग कि आपने तो लिख के दिया है अब आप कैसे बोल रहे हो ऐसा सो always guide your taxpayer your client to give the information which he feel correct. Now friends, there is a FAQ by CBIC on the summon. There is a court judgment also on the summon that summon should not be a regularly used weapon by the department. It should be used only when there is a reason to believe कि हमें summon issue करना चाहिए. Just they are requiring normal information provided the balance sheet, they should not issue the summon. In this regard, it is very important to refer the sum of the FAQ of this by the CBIC. Just a second. Friends, I hope my speed is okay. Or
Yes, yes.
his voice is also okay.
Yeah.
Dipti, I am not able to see the chat box here.
So,
Yes. Now
yes, it's perfectly good, sir.
Yeah. Yes. So someone should be, this is a CBIC guideline to the department that someone should be used as a last resort. The language of someone should not be harsh. We should be aware of all things that ऐसे कुछ guideline department को भी है. Friends, there is a statement that law is valuable not because it is law. Law is valuable because there is a right in it. And many times we are not aware of our right. So we are not aware of such kind of guidelines. Then it is mentioned in the summon that senior management such as CEO, CFO, general manager should not be summoned at the first instance. Senior management को immediately summon नहीं करना चाहिए. Summon should not be issued repeatedly. In one of case I dealt, almost more than 10 or 15 summons have been issued. But interestingly, that taxpayer has honored all the summons. Not just he has honored, he has kept the record of also the appearance which were called by the tax officer over a phone. कि सर आप आइए हमें थोड़ी कुछ information चाहिए आपसे. So almost 15-20 times he has appeared before the authority. He has cooperated with the authority. परेशान हो गया था. And then thereafter he filed a case in Bombay High Court. कि so many summon is being issued to me. And thereafter High Court has said no further summon. If department has received all the information, if they require any information, they should state before High Court what is more pending. So friends, when we honor the summon, taxpayer side is on the very good side. कि बाबा उसने सब कुछ अच्छा किया है. He has appeared before authority. He has cooperated the proceedings. So it's a positive thing. Now, sometime we used to कभी आपने भी सुना होगा कि बुलाते हैं और दिन भर बिठाया होगा कभी किसी को. So this should not happen. The respect the time of the appearance given in the summon. No person should be made to wait for the long hours. तो ज्यादा देर तक वहां पे उसको नहीं बोलना चाहिए कि आप बैठो वेट करो. And statement should be recorded during the office hours. So these are the important guidelines with respect to the summon. Now our next topic. So I hope you understood the summon part. So always be confident, always honor the summon. Go provide the information which this department is asking. And friends, be aware when they are calling for you for the summon, they already have some information. So don't be over smart. They already have information. So you provide the information which you have, which is with you. Provide the correct information. If you are not able to attend, provide a letter statement stating that ki, sir, we will submit, will come before you or give another date in the next week. Do such kind of thing. Or email, just don't be doing on the phone. And I'll give you an example because DGGI and GST has all India jurisdiction. So in one of case, someone was received from another state. And they asked us to appear in that state, submit the information. When I got to the information what they're asking, I felt that really the physical attendance is not required. Because I have very less information in the regard which they are asking, but I will definitely provide. But going over there, incurring in 50, 30, 40, 50 cost of the travel, then my professional or client person time will add an unnecessary burden. So what we did, we have prepared the information, we have couriered that information by registered ID, we have emailed that information, then we have contacted the officer, we have explained in the scenario, and he agreed, okay, aap nahi aaye to bhi chalega. So such thing, such practices should have. We should not ignore. हमने ignore नहीं करना चाहिए. अरे वो दूसरे स्टेट का यार मेरा तो कोई कनेक्शन नहीं संबंध नहीं मैं क्यों करूं. अगर वहां पे आप इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं प्रोवाइड करोगे, we don't know tomorrow department may come to your office for the said information. So better cooperate, better provide the information. Now departmental audit, GST audit. फ्रेंड जब डिपार्टमेंट हमारा ऑडिट करता है तब हमें समझ में आता है कितना डिफिकल्ट होता है ऑडिटी को, ऑडिटर को सहन करना. हम जब ऑडिट करते हैं टैक्स पेयर हम बहुत इंफॉर्मेशन मांगते हैं, ये दो वो दो फलाना दो वगैरह वगैरह. In the same way, department also asks the information and client asks us, सर आप information provide करके हमारे behalf पे दो. और जब हम देते हैं सब कुछ देते हैं, फिर वो उनसे डिस्कशन होता है, चेकिंग होता है, फिर उसके thereafter also they ask the information. फिर हम बोलते हैं फोन करके किसी को पूछते हैं अरे कितनी इंफॉर्मेशन मांगते हैं. So that time we can feel the pain of the auditing. That is okay, but so let us understand practically what we should do, how we should respond to authority. We'll discuss in this now in the next coming 10, 15, 20 minutes. Now, as a department, they are supposed to check your turnover, taxes paid, refund claim, and ITC, and compliance of the provisions of law. So now, as a chartered accountant, can we do the audit now in GST? Chartered accountant, cost accountant, whether they can do audit in GST now? Yes or no? Please respond, friends. So Hitesh is saying no. Vaidi saying no. Eric saying yes.
Under section
Akshay saying
66.
yes. Renu saying yes. Karan saying yes. So कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं but can do for betterment. Okay. So some people are saying हम नहीं कर सकते. There are some people that are saying yes हम कर सकते हैं. Friends, yes, still there is a GST audit for taxpayer. अभी तक छोटा बहुत हमारे लिए बचा हुआ है. महाराष्ट्र में अभी तक यूज शुरू नहीं हुआ है, but in some state it is already started. Special audit by chartered accountant. So GST department एम्पावरमेंट उन्होंने किया है सी लोगों का, और उनको उन्होंने बोला है कि यू डू द जीएसटी ऑडिट ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट टू टैक्स पेयर फॉर द रिस्पेक्टिव ईयर. इट इज ऑलरेडी स्टार्टेड. In some cases, we are helping the client to respond the query raised by the special auditor, special CA. So there are basically three types of audit envisaged in GST when it was implemented. एक जो ऑडिट था 9C वाला, उसके बाद audit by tax authorities and the special audit. Now the 9C certification, the audit by CA is not there, so only two scenarios are there. In both the scenario work in the same way almost. You will ask you all the information, queries, they will not agree. Rather, it is more challenging to convince the chartered accountant rather than officer having experience. कि सर ये ऐसा है, ये ऐसा है, इसलिए हमने ऐसा ऐसा किया हुआ है. Officer will say, अच्छा ठीक है, he will agree, but she will ask you more 10 questions. Now, a department normally issues, when they start initiate the audit, they will issue the ADT 01. Audit की notice होती है. हमें ये जो GST के forms है, या ये form क्या है, ये notice, what is this notice? We should be aware of this. Many times, I see that a fellow professional or a client will call, sir हमें order आ गई है, और order नहीं होती, वो audit report होता है, और हमें अपील फाइल करनी है. ऑडिट रिपोर्ट के अगेंस्ट अपील फाइल नहीं कर सकते, बट डायरेक्टली स्टेटमेंट होता है, बिकॉज द टैक्स पेयर और कंसल्टेंट इज नॉट अवेयर एट व्हाट स्टेज लिटिगेशन इज. सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इट्स माय नेक्स्ट टॉपिक आल्सो, दैट वी शुड नो एट विच स्टेज अवर audit or investigation is, or what is the next course of action. Normally, the department is conducting the audit of a big taxpayer for 1 year, and for the small taxpayer, they are conducting the audit, let's say for 2 years together, 3 years together. Initially, CGST authority has only started the audit or conducted the audit. I think they started in 2018-19 or like that, 19-20 they started, I think. SGST authority recently started audit now, and they are doing in a full-fledged way. And the friends, observation by GST authority is also very on the different aspect, or they are also doing very brilliantly the audit. In one of case, I will give an example. Okay, not I'll share that example afterwards. So they will issue the first ADT 01 form if we wish to conduct the audit of your firm for so and so period, and you are requested to provide all this information within so and so period time. So you should provide the information, submit the information, and take the acknowledgement. Now, I think 60, 70, 80% cases or 90% cases, I will see that that professional or taxpayer will submit the information but will not acknowledgement. Pen drive में देख के आते हैं ये सब चीजें. We should always take the acknowledgement of whatever submission we are doing. It is very important, because everything is going to be required in the next. मान लो उसका शो कॉज नोटिस हुआ है, उसका ऑर्डर हुआ है, you are going to appeal, what in whatever stages we need to elaborate to the higher authority that we have provided all the information in earlier also. पहले भी हमने दिया हुआ है. So whatever you submit to the audit officer, take the acknowledgement. It's very important. Still, in many cases, I see that professionals are वो सिर्फ देख के आ जाते हैं सर, ये ले लो सर पेन ड्राइव में. वर्किंग होता है, स्टेटमेंट होता है, ठीक है आप सॉफ्ट कॉपी में देना है आप दे दो, लेकिन लेटर लिखो, डियर सर वी आर सबमिटिंग हियर विद द वर्किंग इन द सॉफ्ट कॉपी इन पेन ड्राइव. Have some record with you. It's very important. So you have received a notice for audit, honor it. Submit the info. They will ask you provide the information in 2 weeks. They will ask you to provide the information in 30 days or what some period they will mention. So submit whatever information possible. They will provide you 10, 15, 20 item. और वो देख के आप बोलो अरे इतना कैसे सबमिट करेंगे हम. एटलीस्ट जितना हो सके उतना तो सबमिट कीजिए. फर्स्ट स्ट्रेटेजी शुड बी दैट. So first strategy, submit the information as much as possible. Out of 15-20 items, submit some at least 10 information line at serial number they are asking, and then you may ask for further period of time. Thereafter, normally the authority will check our records at their end. I hope all of you. And is there anyone who has not handled the GST audit yet? My question is there anyone who has not handled? It's okay. If ऐसे कोई हो सकता है या बहुत सारे लोग जो अब तक GST audit handle नहीं कर रहे हैं.
There may be many, but that's
Yes,
why
is asking the
many
question.
have
Department
joined
is asking for the tally data in GST audit. Is there any clause to suppose them? See, friends, in normal audit case, department is asking you the tally data. My personal suggestion is that the accounting data is different and the record required you to maintain is different. So if they are asking a purchase register, you provide him. You can simply submit that, dear sir, it is a confidential data. We cannot provide you the direct tally backup. However, we'll provide you all the information, all the register, whatever you want. And it is true so because it's a secreted information of taxpayer, who are their customer, or if we get the tally backup, there is everything is business of the taxpayer will go to someone. Or as a professional, we can see that many clients also do not share the tally backup with us because उनके हिसाब से वो confidential चीजें हैं उनकी. So I always submit, but in such case you should be polite that sir ये tally backup तो नहीं दे सकते हैं, but whatever information what will provide you. आपको purchase register चाहिए, sales register चाहिए, आपको sample document चाहिए, everything will provide. So Kevasa is saying that officer is harassing continuously. Sir, you should submit a letter then. Sir, to the higher authority that dear sir, we are submitting all the information required by the taxpayer, required by the officer. Because tally backup, see friends, tally backup, many big companies will SAP. If you start giving tally backup, tomorrow you ask SAP backup. It's so big. It's not possible. In what circumstance department should do if there is a search or investigation they are carrying out, then that is altogether different scenario. It's a normal audit, is a normal verification of the records. So try to convince, try to explain कि सर आपको जो चाहिए वो दे सकते, कंपनी की पॉलिसी है, वो टैली का डेटा हमें भी नहीं देते तो आपको कहा दो.
The question is, officer has not considered the judgment of High Court or Supreme Court in many cases of ITC. Is there any way out for the same?
That is different question and I will take it while handling. I request the participant to ask it the same question or I will answer it
Okay.
when I am dealing with the notices. So Poonam is asking the question that when it comes to records, it is restricted to financial data or they can ask to business data. See Poonam, there is a list of records required to be maintained in GST. The list is given. So you should check what officer is asking, whether it is relevant or not. So I'll give you one example. In one of the case, officer asked, sir, provide the details of your export script which you have obtained. I said, sir, why you want? He said, it is exempted turnover. I need to know. Okay, sir, I will provide it. So I submitted. Then he asked, provide me the working application of that. I said, sir, it is not at all your relevant, sir. It is the procedure which we carried out the DGFT. So why you should want, sir? It is nowhere relevant for you. We should say simple, but we should be polite while saying so. क्योंकि जब हम हमारे भी क्लाइंट को कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन मांगते हैं, जब बड़े कंपनी को ऑडिट करते हैं, वो भी कभी कभी डिनाई करते हैं, सर ये कुछ जरूरत नहीं, हमने तो आपको ऑलरेडी अलग इन्फॉर्मेशन दे दी. इन द सेम वे it is going to happen. Small clashes are going to be there in the while doing the audit, but always be humble, be polite. How many years can be clubbed for the purpose of audit? I think it is there in this side only. For such period, as such frequency, in such manner as may be prescribed, and so they can normally conduct the audit. In excise, there was a practice, and still it is carried on GST कि एक साथ में वो 4-5 साल का भी ऑडिट करते थे, तो जीएसटी में भी ऐसा हो सकता है कि दे विल डू द ऑडिट फॉर 4-5 years टुगेदर.
So one more question, is there any time limit to initiate audit process? What's the limitation period to initiate audit of for 2017-18?
See, there is no time limit for the audit, but there is a time limit to issue the order in section 73-74. So let's say for 17-18, 73 time limit is over. So normally they will not do the audit for the 17-18. Or they do audit when they have information of some fraudulent activity. So audit कौन से साल का करना है इसके लिए टाइम लिमिट नहीं है, बट जो डिपार्टमेंट एक्शन ले सकता है आपके ऊपर, ऑर्डर इशू कर सकता है 73-74 में, तो उस साल का अगर वो टाइम लिमिट निकल गया है तो नॉर्मली डिपार्टमेंट विल नॉट डू द ऑडिट फॉर दैट ईयर. एंड फ्रेंड्स, अगर मान लो आपका कोई ऑडिट चल रहा है जिसमें 3-4 साल का आपको डेटा मांगा गया है, एंड ऑफिस सेइंग प्रोवाइड मी टुमारो और इन 2 days, और आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं वो पॉसिबल है, डोंट गेट टेंशन, डोंट गेट टेंस्ड कि बाबा ये कैसे करूं. आप सिंपली से बोल सकते हो उनको, सर 5 साल का एक साथ में डेटा मांग रहे हो, आप 5 साल के बाद आ रहे हो, मेरा बाकी भी ऑडिट चल रहा है, मेरा बाकी भी कंप्लायंसेस है, सो इट इज simply not possible for me to provide in 2 days. However, I will provide you in 2 weeks, 3 weeks time, or whatever time limit you wish for that purpose. सर हमें ये हम्बल रह के, पोलाइट रह के ही बात करनी है. ये होता ही है, थोड़े बहुत क्लासेस होगे, but you should be confident while dealing with the authority. We should be always, one of the senior mentor told me that we should be always respectful to the authority. We should not be fearful to the authority. हमें उनका respectful होना चाहिए, fearful नहीं होना चाहिए. So, और it is in the interest also in the taxpayer कि ये ऑडिट जल्दी खत्म हो. टैक्सपेयर के भी इंटरेस्ट में होता है कि ऑडिट जल्दी खत्म हो, इसलिए आप इंफॉर्मेशन दे दो, जो भी चाहिए जितनी हो सके फटाफट दे दो, जहाँ पे नहीं पॉसिबल वहां पे डिनाई करो, एंड अराइव एट सम कंक्लूजन, और ऑडिट फाइनल कर लो, सो दैट ये काम खत्म हो जाता है टैक्स पे. अदरवाइज आई सी दैट समटाइम्स सम ऑडिट प्रोलॉन्ग टू 6-7 months आल्सो. कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन दी, फिर सबमिशन किया, फिर वहां से फॉलोअप हुआ, फिर टैक्स पर भी ने रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं किया, कुछ प्रॉब्लम थे, कुछ उसके बाद शायद डिपार्टमेंट में भी ऑफिसर का कोई ट्रांसफर वगैरह हुआ होगा. सो इन सच केस थोड़ा मेस हो जाता है कि क्या हुआ है क्या नहीं हुआ है. फ्रेंड्स, वन मोर मेस हैपन when we ignore the audit or we ignore the audit observation. In my professional experience I have seen that कि कोई सीए मेरे पास कोई केस लेके आता है, या कोई क्लाइंट मेरे पास आता है, बोलता है कि हमारे सीए ने ठीक से नहीं किया, जिसने भी नहीं किया कुछ नहीं किया, और बहुत सारे फैक्चुअल मैटर्स ऑडिट रिपोर्ट में कंफर्म हो जाते हैं, ऑडिट में कंफर्म की जाते हैं कि इतना 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 आपका गलत कैलकुलेशन, इतना आपका एक्सेस है, वगैरह 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 वगैरह, 10-15 पॉइंट्स होते हैं उसमें. Friends, it is very important that all this factual information matter. I am saying factual, factual, जहाँ पे fact के ऊपर ही है, law के point ही नहीं है, मैं law के point है. This should get closed in audit only, because ये आगे जाके एडजुडिकेशन में एंड अपील स्टेट्स बिकम वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू एक्सप्लेन द अथॉरिटी कि क्या वर्किंग है, कैसे था, क्या कैलकुलेशन है. जिसे मान लो फॉर एग्जांपल ऑफिसर इज सेइंग दैट आपने इनएलिजिबल क्रेडिट रिवर्सल नहीं दिखाया है. मान लो जहां पे कुछ क्रेडिट था, मान लो कि 3-4 लाख का कोई क्रेडिट था जो इनएलिजिबल है. ऑफिसर इज सेइंग आई एम नॉट एबल टू सी दैट वेयर यू आर रिवर्स दिस. I am not able to see in the GST 3B return reversal field there is you are not mentioned anything. एंड आपने उनको बोला सर हमने रिवर्स किया है बट वो नेट में दिखाया है, और ये आपने ओरली एक्सप्लेन किया उनको. सी फ्रेंड्स, ऑफिसर is not a chartered accountant, he is not expert into your problem. If you have done so, if your client has done so, please explain him, justify him that you have taken the net credit. You provide him all the statements. सर ये देखिए ये इतने लाइन आइटम का क्रेडिट 10 लाख, बट मैंने लिया कितना 8,50,000. क्यों? क्योंकि 150 is reversal of the ineligible credit which I have taken inadvertently. अच्छा, वो बोला ठीक है, अगर मान गया तो अच्छी बात है. बोला नहीं नहीं मुझे थोड़ा और चाहिए. प्रोवाइडिंग ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन एंड मैक्स टू मैक्स लास्ट स्टेज में आप एक सीए सर्टिफिकेट दे सकते हो, independent verifiable. See, where CA will mention that I have verified the records and I hereby state that, confirm that taxpayer has availed the credit on so and so month and he has reversed in so and so month, but while doing so he has taken the net credit, and submit this CA certificate along with that taking the acknowledgement of department. Friends, I am sure that department will accept it, but this process is not followed. What we do, हम उसको बोलते सर करो ना कुछ तो भी, सर प्लीज डू समथिंग, सर हमने कर दिया रिवर्सल, प्लीज प्रूव हिम, बिकॉज उस ऑफिसर का भी कोई बॉस है, उस बॉस को भी कोई बॉस है. And in such a case, by doing all things, by providing the all information legally, correctly, in proper way, जो समझ में आए, they definitely accept it and they definitely close the audit point. और ऐसे point अगर आप open रखते हो, which I see that many times audit report में 10-10 points होते हैं, it becomes difficult to explain in the next stage, adjudication या फिर मान लो अपील स्टेज में. वहां पे हो सकते हैं, ऐसे नहीं कि नहीं होंगे, बट आई थिंक इज द फर्स्ट चांस जहां पे आपका फर्स्ट फील्ड वर्क हो रहा है, वहीं पे उसको ट्राई करिए क्लोज करने के लिए. फैक्चुअल पॉइंट्स जहां पे लॉ रिलेटेड पॉइंट है 16.4 हो, या फिर कोई इंटरेस्ट के रिलेटेड मैटर हो, जो जहां पे लॉ क्लियर है, भली लॉ इज नॉट करेक्ट, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली चैलेंज किया हो कोई अलग डिसीजन में, but factual matters you should try to close in the audit stage only. Give more attention कि जब डिपार्टमेंट ऑडिट क्लोज कर रहा है तभी ही ज्यादा से ज्यादा पॉइंट को क्लोज करने की कोशिश करो. एंड फ्रेंड्स, ऐसा हमारा किसी का माइंडसेट नहीं होता है, बट कभी अगर किसी का माइंडसेट हो कि नहीं चलो जान दो यार, आगे नोटिस हो जाएंगे तो हमें और काम मिलेगा. फ्रेंड्स, डोंट हैव सच माइंडसेट. Please help your client to come out from the audit with minimum liability. He will be more happy to work with you. When department completes the audit, they will issue you normally they will issue a draft audit report, then final audit report, or final audit report in ADT 02. So ADT 02 is a final audit report. Please take it on the record. कभी कभी ऐसे हो जाता है कि कोई प्रोफेशनल हमारे पास आ जाता है और बोलता है सर ये ऑब्जर्वेशन थे. मैं बोलता हूँ ये तो मतलब ऐसे वर्किंग प्रोवाइड किया डिपार्टमेंट, वेयर इज द ऑडिट रिपोर्ट? वो नहीं मेरे पास. Please take it from the department. Sir, please provide us ADT 02. ADT 02 is a final audit report. We should always keep on record. और उस एडीटी 02 में कभी कभी ऐसे हो जाता है कुछ वर्किंग होता है, अगर वर्किंग उसका पार्ट नहीं होगा या विजिबल नहीं होगा, जैसे वो एडीटी 02 में एक टेबल लगा देंगे, वो दिखाई नहीं देता है कि क्या लिखा है उसमें. प्लीज टेक द विजिबल रिकॉर्ड फ्रॉम द ऑफिसर. सर ये थोड़ा दिख नहीं रहा है, मुझे थोड़ा सा ठीक से प्रिंट करके दीजिए टेबल, या इसका अलग से और एक प्रिंट निकाल के दीजिए क्योंकि मुझे लगेगा ये आगे. Yeah, simply they will say that we are the individual credit available by the taxpayer is 4 lakh rupees 50,000, and we asked to provide the information and they have not provided any information, therefore we are rejecting this IDC claim. You should ask, sir, please attach that statement which ITC you are rejecting, how you are computing. यही मालूम नहीं होता है बहुत बार, फिर हम रिप्लाई तो क्या करें? For the purpose of carrying the audit, department do have power to visit your premises. So it's not a search or anything, they just normally visit. और वो visit भी करते हैं तो don't get panic. They just want to get a confidence कि how you are working, कैसे atmosphere है वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. So if they are coming, welcome them, assist them to complete the audit. ऑडिट सिलेक्शन क्या होता है? हर एक स्टेट का, सेंटर का अलग अलग क्राइटेरिया है. सो बेस्ड ऑन द वॉल्यूम, टर्नओवर एंड इंडस्ट्री सेक्टर, दे आर सिलेक्टिंग द ऑडिट. फ्रेंड्स, एक नॉर्मली क्वेश्चन आता है, बहुत बार पूछा जाता है कि सर वो इंफॉर्मेशन मांगते हैं जो कि सब कुछ पोर्टल पे है, तो क्यों हमने देनी चाहिए, ये देनी चाहिए कि नहीं देनी चाहिए? सी फ्रेंड्स, it's up to you, auditor and auditee. Why is asking? His portal, his dashboard is different than our dashboard. His dashboard has a different problem. In one of case, ऑफिसर सेड, सर आपने रिटर्न फाइल किया है क्या? मैं बोला सर किया है ना. कि ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है मैं रिटर्न फाइल नहीं किया है? अगर रिटर्न नहीं फाइल करूंगा तो अगले रिटर्न नहीं कर सकता हूँ. अगर मैं 2 साल का रिटर्न नहीं करता था तो आगे आगे का अभी का रिटर्न तो मैं कर ही नहीं पाता था. He asked me the copy. I said, why you want, sir? He said, I'm not able to download that return from my dashboard. So we are in the virtual seminar, so I'm just taking a liberty to respond some calls are just I'm sending the message. Now, these are the audit manual of the department only. So where they have mentioned that original copy should not be insisted. अगर कोई आपको ऑफिसर बोलता है हमें ओरिजिनल कॉपी दीजिए, आप उनको जेरोक्स दीजिए. Not required original. This manual of the department also says that ki seek the information only with respect to audit interest. It is mentioned in the audit manual. If you just search GST authority audit manual Google, you will get that manual. So we need to balance. If the excessive information is asked, you should simply reject it. Or if they are asking you some information which is already there, either you deny or ask, sir, why you are asking? It is already with you. He will say, sir, हमको डाउनलोड नहीं हो रहा, हमारे ये है. फिर अगर ऐसा है तो आप सबमिट करिए. बट जो भी सबमिट करोगे, प्लीज टेक एक्नॉलेजमेंट. either submit it over email or have some acknowledgement, and they are bound to provide you. आप बोलोगे सर वो देते नहीं, आप उनको बोलो नहीं सर चाहिए, हम इंफॉर्मेशन दे रहे हैं आपके पास, आप क्यों नहीं देंगे? हमको सिर्फ प्यार से बात करनी, नहीं देंगे तो फिर हम इंफॉर्मेशन में नहीं देंगे सर. As per the audit manual of the department, CBIC, officer is required to be well aware of the provisions. Officer should be unbiased and should have judicious approach. These are some guidelines to them. Technical lapse which do not have revenue implications. See, it is mentioned in the audit manual. Technical lapse which do not have a revenue implication should be ignored. तो आप उनको बोल सकते हो सर अगर उन्होंने कुछ स्लैब्स निकाला है जहाँ पे कुछ रेवेन्यू इंप्लीकेशन नहीं है, सर आप इग्नोर कर दीजिए, आपका मैनुअल भी बोलता है. So what after audit? After audit, normally the show cause notice will be issued. In case of CGST authority, show cause will be issued, but it will be adjudicated by your jurisdictional officer. So ऑडिट रिपोर्ट हो जाता है, उसके बाद कुछ टाइम पीरियड जाएगा और फिर आपको उसके बाद शो कॉज नोटिस आएगी और फिर आपको उसका रिप्लाई सबमिट करना. अगर फैक्चुअल इंफॉर्मेशन है तो दोस्तों, फ्रेंड्स, प्लीज ट्राई टू क्लोज इट ड्यूरिंग द ऑडिट ओनली. सो फिर उसके बाद आपको शो कॉज नोटिस, फिर उसके बाद ऑर्डर, फिर अपील एंड देन गोज ऑन. Very important, it happens that sometimes that adjudicating authority will accept whatever demand is raised by the audit team as it is. We should, if we're doing so, we should humbly submit to the authority that, sir, we request you to please be unbiased. In this case, please do not accept what audit team is doing. Else, there is no point in issuing the show cause notice. The the audit report should be only the show cause notice. So, because this is the departmental manual also saying that they should be carefully consider the finding, take this action independently, independence. So this is normally the flow after completion of the audit. So पहले आपको नोटिस आती है जो एडीटी 01 होता है, उसके बाद एडीटी 02, उसके बाद मोस्टली दे विल इशू द DRC 01A, that is it is called as a pre-consultation show cause notice or intimation of demand, then show cause notice and then order. So what are the normally observations by the department? Mismatch, reversal, blocked ITC, 180 days, ITC on the imports. See, now ITC on the imports. Many cases I see that department will raise the demand on the ITC on the imports because it is not getting reflected. In such a case, what we should do? We should submit that inform the department, sir, please accept this bill of entry copy. This is the original bill of entry copy from the IceGate. Please check it from the IceGate website if it is not getting reflected on the 2A. But हम सिर्फ orally बोल के जाएंगे नहीं हुआ. We should submit everything in the by document. Sir, we are submitting your 100 bill of entry copy. They are not getting reflected on the GST portal. We don't know. We also filed the complaint on the GST portal in this regard. Complaint number so and so. In such a case, authority will check this your input ITC and they will allow you. Mostly they will allow. But in such case, what happens? अगर हम ज्यादा कोशिश नहीं करें तो ऐसे मैटर फिर नोटिस एंड फिर आप अपील स्टेज तक जाते हैं. इसे छोटे छोटे मैटर्स. Correctness of the exemption, reconciliation, other incomes. So why I'm discussing this with you, because when he's doing audit, you should be also aware कि क्या क्या point निकाल सकते हैं वो लोग. We should be aware. Credit notes, interest, RCM liability. Assuming if you're asking the information, provide me the form 15 CACB. Immediately in your mind it should come that he is going to check the RCM liability, whether RCM liability is paid or not, applicable or not. It should come in your mind. So these are just my based on my experience that we should do this. We should keep the big companies. They should after the year end, after filing 9C, keep the audit file ready as much as possible. Prepare the reconciliation, keep it ready. Many times reconciliation is not ready with the taxpayer. Take acknowledgement of all submission. All commission should be in writing. Take the sufficient time wherever required. Don't provide any half-cooked or incorrect information. Half-cooked information नहीं देनी चाहिए. और जो भी डिपार्टमेंट उनका ऑब्जर्वेशन फाइनल करेंगे, whatever information they will whatever report they will finalize, whatever demand they propose to initiate, please take its working backup calculation. What happens? Assuming in the appeal stage, you will go to some consultant, he will ask you provide me all this detail, then you will go to officer, वो बोलेगा ये तो मैंने किया नहीं, दूसरे ऑफिसर ने किया, मुझे उसके कंप्यूटर मिल नहीं रहा है, ये हो सकता है ऐसा. And then think on what action to be taken after completion of the audit, whether we should pay it, whether we should fight it. It is based on the circumstance of the case. Now, how to handle the investigation in GST? So section 67 deals with search and seizure. So friends, what is difference between inspection proceeding and the search proceeding? You must have heard the word inspection, search, जिसको हम रेड बोलते हैं. तो क्या ये दोनों सेम है या कुछ डिफरेंस इसमें? This basic thing we are not aware and we are handling. हम बोलते हैं हम रेड हैंडल कर रहे हैं. मेरे क्लाइंट के ऊपर रेड पड़ी है, मेरे क्लाइंट के उधर इन्फेक्शन हो रहा है, मेरे क्लाइंट के सर्च हो रहा है, we are not aware of the section provisions anything and we are handling it. So yes, what is the similarity or difference? So section 67(1) start with the inspection. So where proper officer has reason to believe that a taxpayer has suppressed any transaction, denied the ITC claim, claimed the ITC in excess, or indulged in the contravention of any provisions, then he may authorize in writing to inspect any place of business. So this is all about inspection. So my question to you, can the officer visit the residential place of business for the purpose of inspection? इंस्पेक्शन के लिए क्या ऑफिसर रेसिडेंशियल प्रीमाइस के लिए विजिट कर सकता है अंडर सेक्शन 67 इफ हैज अ permission for the inspection? Can he visit the residential place of business? Sorry, the residential, I'm sorry, can he visit the residential place? So some are saying yes, some are saying no. So friends, section 67, if officer is coming for the inspection, he cannot visit the residential premises unless, because place of business is defined in GST, it includes the place, it includes 2-3 things. Out of that, one thing is that a place where books of accounts are kept. So if books of accounts are kept and maintained at the residential premises, then only authority can inspect the residential premises. Else they cannot. Under section 67(1) I am talking. I'm not little well, friends. ये थोड़ा सा atmosphere के से थोड़ा weak feel कर रहा हूँ, but since our session was planned, we cannot change it, and I think Dipti is doing all efforts now. She must have planned the session for the next Thursday also. Yes. So he may authorized to inspect any place of business. So हमें मालूम होना चाहिए कि यार वो कर सकते कि नहीं कर सकते. नहीं तो आप मान लो ऑफिसर आया है, he has a permission under section 67, he is telling me that मुझे आपके घर पे भी आना है. आपने बोलना चाहिए कि सर not possible sir, you cannot come, it is not a place of business, I am not maintaining any books of accounts over there. Humbly you should say that. Also see that the person who is coming, he should be officer, not the below rank of joint commissioner, or he should have permission, authorization. Permission दे किसने दिया है वो भी चेक करना जरूरी है. What is the difference between inspection and search? Section 62 is about the search. So where officer has a reason to believe that any goods liable for confiscation or any goods or books or documents useful or relevant for any proceeding are secreted at any place, he may authorize to conduct the search and seize the such goods or books or document. So जो 67(1) है ये बात करता है इंस्पेक्शन की, सेक्शन 67(2) बात करता है सर्च की. Now again, if you see here, they can search any place. So search can be carried out any place, but inspection can be carried out only of a place of business. और किसका सर्च कर सकते हैं? Why they can do that? Where reason to believe any goods liable for confiscation or any documents, books or things useful or relevant to any proceeding. अगर relevant नहीं हो गए, secreted नहीं होगा तो सर्च तो कोई चांस ही नहीं बनता है. Now friends, can cash be seized during the search, assuming search is carried out and almost 5 crore of cash they have found. So can they seize the cash? So it is mentioned that he may authorize in writing to conduct the search and seize such goods, document, books or things. So can cash be seized?
So the reply is the cash is not goods as per Rohit ji. Someone says no.
Cash is not goods, but can cash be the things?
Can be. As per the Supreme Court judgment.
Yes, so all of you are correct. So it is almost now settled. In GST earlier they seized the cash, but now in various judgments, honorable courts have took a view that you cannot seize the cash. Cash is not a part of the stock in trade. And also, if you see here in the blue color, I highlighted that it should be useful or relevant for any proceeding. कैश सीज करके आपको क्या रिजल्ट मिलेगा? आप सिर्फ रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हो, पंचनामा कर सकते हो, इतना कैश मिल गया हमें, आप उसको सीज करके क्या अलग करोगे? So therefore cash cannot be seized. So Honorable Supreme Court has also confirmed the Kerala High Court judgment that cash cannot be seized. Now the officer shall have power to seal or break. वो सील भी कर सकते हैं और ब्रेक भी कर सकते हैं any premises, any almari in which any goods or accounts are suspected to be concealed or where the access is denied. सी अगर वो आपके पास आते हैं और कुछ जगह का एक्सेस मांगते हैं और वो उसको तोड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं, तो वो तभी तोड़ सकते हैं जब आप वो डिनाई कर रहे हो. अगर मान लो आप कुछ रीजन है, आपको चाबी आपके पास नहीं है, कुछ रीजन, आप सिंपली से सर जस्ट गिव मी 2 hours, आई विल जस्ट ओपन इट, गिव मी 2 hours, 3 hours. So they have power to seal and break. Now my question to you, can they seal whole business premises, whole business ऑफिस, पूरा ऑफिस ही सील कर सकते हो? उन्होंने सर्च किया है, रेड डाली है डिपार्टमेंट ने, और दे फाउंड दैट टैक्स पर इज डूइंग फ्रॉडुलेंट एक्टिविटी, कुछ बड़ा फ्रॉड हो रहा है, तो पूरा प्रीमाइसेस ही सील कर सकते हैं, पूरा ऑफिस, पूरा सब कुछ, बिकॉज दे हैव पावर अंडर सेक्शन 67(4). Yes, my question is, can they seal complete business premises? See, all such technical things we should be aware. This gives us confidence while dealing with the department.
The answer is yes by many
So all of
participants.
you are saying yes, but friends, there is a judgment which I have referred over here. It's a Delhi High Court judgment in Napin Impacts versus Commissioner of DGST. It's a latest 2018 judgment, where it is mentioned that complete sealing of the premise in the opinion of the court is per se illegal. So पूरा आप सील नहीं कर सकते हो पूरी premises.
Someone said that they can see it's only the accounts department or the concerned department.
And my question was that can complete office or complete premises, business premises, can they seal? Now, very importantly, when the search is carried out, they will seek some records, documents, they will take that documents with them. टैक्स पेयर हमें नॉर्मली बोलता है या उसका कंसल्टेंट या जो भी है वो बोलते कि सर वो ये इंफॉर्मेशन लेके गए, क्या लेके गए हमें मालूम नहीं, बट लेके गए. फ्रेंड्स, यू हैव इनहेरेंट राइट to ask the copies of all the seized document under section 67(5), which we are not aware normally. So a person is entitled to make the copies of all the seized documents. There is exceptions that where the officer can deny when it is it will affect the investigation, तभी वो डिनाई कर सकते हैं, अदरवाइज दे कैन नॉट डिनाई. देयर आर 2 जजमेंट्स आई हैव रेफर्ड जहां पे कोर्ट ने बोला है कि taxpayer is empowered to make the copies of the seized documents, and mere chanting of the section saying that supply of copies will prejudicially affect the investigation is not sufficient to retain that seized document. So आपको देना जरूरी है. आपसे वैसे नहीं बोल सकते हो नहीं नहीं हमारे इन्वेस्टिगेशन में प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा, हम नहीं दे पाएंगे आपको. इट्स नॉट दैट. सो अगर आप सीज करें तो जो भी कुछ सीज करे उसका रिकॉर्ड्स आप टैक्स पेयर को आपको देना जरूरी है अगर वो मांगता है तो. एंड टैक्स पेयर शुड बी अवेयर कि हम ये मांग सकते हैं. Cross examination: if department has relied on the statement of any person and they are proceeding on demand, so in such case you should ask for the cross examination of the person whose statement is taken and based on whose statement the demand is confirmed. And it is your right as a principle of natural justice, your right to ask for the cross examination. कि सर आपने जिनका स्टेटमेंट लिया है, मान लो किसी का स्टेटमेंट लेके आप कंफर्म कर रहे हो, तो प्लीज आई विश टू हैव अ क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन बिफोर यू ऑफ द पर्सन. Now handling the notice in GST. Now the problem we are facing in handling the notices in GST is that many times taxpayer is not aware that officer has sent the notice. Sometime or many times taxpayer is not aware what submission consultant has made. We should make a habit to our client also कि बाबा ये जो सबमिशन क्या इसकी कॉपी आपके पास भी एक रखो और मेरे पास भी रहने दो. Or if you are just assuming you are just handling income tax for the client, GST handled by another client, you should always guide your client कि सर आप जो भी सबमिशन करोगे GST भले मैं नहीं कर रहा हूँ, बट ये जो भी करता है आपका कंसर्न वो सब कॉपी आपके पास रखते जाइए. मेरे टाइम जो हैपन टैक्स पर कि हम सर हमको नहीं मालूम क्या सबमिशन किया बट किया है. Check whether notice is on the law part or calculation part. रिकंसिलेशन प्रिपेयर नहीं होता और हम रिप्लाई करते कि मिसमैच का और कोर्ट के जजमेंट डाल के. सी as said by our guest and guest of honor कि everybody it's not possible for everyone to go to high court and fight कि ITC mismatch आप नहीं कर सकते, it is incorrect, you don't have a right and the law was amended recently only there are so many judgments. But at least अगर ये मैटर है ITC रिकंसिलेशन का, प्रिपेयर द रिकंसिलेशन. आई थिंक 60-70% आदमी शायद वहीं पे कम हो सकते हैं रिकंसिलेशन बनाने के बाद. So have that reconciliation ready. Reply is not submitted in proper way. This again one problem I see many times. आपको SMT 10 का अगर नोटिस आया है तो नॉर्मली taxpayer will submit the reply in normal letter format. No, you are required to submit the reply in the format which is prescribed in the law. So law says that अगर SMT 10 में नोटिस आई है तो you need to reply in SMT 11. मेनी टाइम्स टैक्स पर ये तो अभी भी एक इशू देखता हूँ मैं. क्लाइंट को भी पूछते कोई, अगर मान लो कोई क्लाइंट आया कोई नोटिस के लिए तो सर मैं पूछता हूँ कि सर आपका जुडिशियल ऑफिसर कौन है. ही सर नहीं मालूम सर हमें, स्टेट या सेंटर है. सो दिस आर द कॉमन इश्यूज ऑब्जर्व व्हेन द नोटिस इज रिसीव्ड. हु इज द जुडिशियल ऑफिसर वेदर सेंट्रल और स्टेट. सो नो योर केस, what is you are at which stage of dispute, what is the matter of dispute, and very importantly read the notice again and again, go into details of the issue raised. क्या इशू बोला है 2-3 बार पढ़िए, you will find some interesting observation to respond. Whether see that whether the procedure lapse is there, whether error is there, whether error in the adjudication proceeding, whether officer has just passed the order without any hearing, such kind of things have happened or not. Check this. And my suggestion is that make the habit, ask your clients to check if a client is big, assuming having a turnover of 10 crore or 100 crore or 500 or 1000 crore. Ask him based on the capacity or the staff he has. Check the GST portal on the regular basis, weekly basis, fortnightly basis, whether any notice or order is received or not. And keep all email updated and don't keep the email of the consultant. Friends, as a chartered accountant, we should not keep our email ID on the GST portal of the taxpayers end. for communication purpose. We should not do. I think many of us have stopped such kind of practice. If anyone is still doing, please don't do it. In one of case, I observed that client was about to initiate the civil proceeding against the consultant because वो उसकी नोटिस से ऑर्डर पास हो गई थी, सीए के ईमेल आईडी पे आई थी और उसका रिप्लाई फाइल नहीं हुआ था और क्लाइंट को कुछ भी मालूम नहीं था. So all the mistake was of the consultant. So first, make the habit, ask the client to kindly do check. Don't take client tension on your head. Ask him or his person or accountant to do it. Send email, please check GST पोर्टल. उनको गाइड करिए कहाँ से चेक करना होता है, क्योंकि जीएसटी बहुत नोटिस ऐसा आते हैं, समझ में नहीं आता है नोटिस आई है. बड़े बड़े कंपनियों में भी ये हमेशा हो रहा है कि नोटिस आई और मालूम पड़ता है 8 दिन बाद 10 दिन बाद. So on a regular basis, please check the GST portal. Ask the client in week or in 15 days time, check GST portal कोई नोटिस कोई ऑर्डर तो नहीं है. So as I said, SMT 10 का रिप्लाई हमें देना पड़ता है. दिस इज जस्ट जनरल फ्लो. इट्स अ जनरल फ्लो ऑफ द एडजुडिकेशन प्रोसीडिंग कि पहले आपको नॉर्मली SMT 10 आता है, उसका रिप्लाई आपको यू नीड टू सबमिट अ रिप्लाई इन SMT 11. If found satisfactory, then SMT 12 will be issued. If not, then intimation of tax payable will be issued in the DRC 01A. Now here you need to submit a reply in DRC 01A part B. So आपका रिप्लाई DRC 01A पार्ट बी में जाएगा. अगर नहीं हुआ आपका एक्सेप्ट तो आपको DRC 01 मतलब शो कॉज नोटिस आएगी. Friend, on this stage we have issued the show cause notice. But many times a consultant or taxpayer will call and will say, sir, हमें notice आई है, show cause notice. And that is not a show cause, that is just a normal ASMT 10. It is not a show cause notice. Then you need to file a reply to show cause notice. Again, there is a form prescribed in the DRC 06. So you need to submit reply in DRC 06. Thereafter, if found satisfied, department will drop the proceeding. If not, they will issue the order in DRC 07. Then appeal will be filed. If you wish to file the appeal, you need to file in the appeal APL 01. और उसके बाद फिर आपका acknowledgement issue होता है APL 02. Now, friends, my question is that whether you are required to submit the appeal document physically. You uploaded the appeal on the GST portal, whether you are required to submit the appeal physically.
The reply on chat box is yes. One of the participants is saying no, it's not compulsory.
So friends, I am fortunate or I'm lucky enough that ये जो change है GST में, I have followed up for this change. India's law earlier provided that ki after submission of appeal on the GST portal, you need to submit the certified copy of the order physically within 7 days. So I made a representation in this regard to the Honorable Finance Minister and the GST policy and the CBIC. Then after I followed up, I did this in August in 2022. And immediately in the December 22, I think they have brought a change in the law. And it is mentioned in the law that if you are filing appeal against the order which is on the GST portal, physical submission is actually not required. As per legal provision. Neither certified copy of the order also. Practical purpose you can submit, or we should submit for practical purpose. It's better always practically हमें submit करना चाहिए. Certified copy की जरूरत नहीं है जो पहले था. So legally not required if order is online, order is offline, 100% required. Practically in both the cases you should submit it, because आगे जाके जब hearing होगा तो department को भी refer करना easy और आपके लिए भी. Friends, there are two sections. I think you must be aware there are two sections under which demand recovery action is undertaken by the department. 73, 74. 73 is a normal period of time. 74 is extended period of time invoked in case of fraud, willful suppression, etc., etc. हमें जब नोटिस इशू होती है तो हमें देखना चाहिए कि कौन सा सेक्शन डिपार्टमेंट ने इन्वोक किया है, 73 और 74। 73 में कम टाइम लिमिट है, कम पेनल्टी है, 74 में ज्यादा टाइम लिमिट है, ज्यादा पेनल्टी है। यू कैन जस्ट गो थ्रू द चार्ट, it will be shared with you. Due to limitation of time, I will just proceed. अपील इज रिक्वायर्ड टू बी फाइल्ड विद इन 3 months, फ्रेंड। ये हमेशा ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि अपील, इसकी वजह से एमनेस्टी भी लाना पड़ा था गवर्नमेंट को। सो ऑलवेज चेक द जीएसटी पोर्टल सो दैट योर अपील विल नॉट बी टाइम बार्ड। नाउ my one strategy in case you have missed filing the appeal because you were not aware of the order were uploaded, one my submission or one my suggestion is that you should not mention that the candidate condoned the delay. You should mention that honorable appellate authority that we come to know about the order passed in last month only or just 2 weeks before only, and therefore we are filing this appeal. Therefore our appeal is within the time. If you are submitting like that, appellate authority may reject it, but honorable court will definitely accept what you are saying. नहीं इनको मालूम ही नहीं था आप order pass हुई है, or in such case the courts will condone the delay. Friends, condonation of delay, courts are very strict. They normally don't condone the delay unless there is a reason for that, genuine reason. So अगर आपका रीजन है ऑर्डर आपको मालूम ही नहीं थी पास नहीं हुई है और आपको मालूम ही बाद में पड़ा है, you should stress upon such things on all your submission कि we came to know that order was passed on so and so date and not 2 months before जब ये पास हुई है। Friends, most of the time adjudicating authority are very careful. They give reasonable time to the taxpayer to reply, provide the information. But अगर exceptionally कभी ऐसे हो जाता है कि आपको टाइम नहीं दिया गया है, there's a very wonderful judgment of Bombay High Court which we should be aware कि कोर्ट ऐसे भी judgment देते हैं। Here only 7 days was given to furnish the reply. On the 8th day order was passed. Against this petition was filed in the High Court. High Court made a very interesting observation. ना फिर आप बोलोगे सर हर बार कोई हाईकोर्ट थोड़ी जा सकता है, बट आप ये जजमेंट तो रेफर कर सकते हो, दिखा तो सकते हो ऑफिसर को, सर अगर आप ऐसे ऑर्डर पास करने का सोच रहे हो, मुझे टाइम भी नहीं दिया आपने, सो इज अ वंडरफुल जजमेंट फॉर यू that such order is without. I'm reading the red highlighted part of the honorable judgment in case of Chitta Dilip Jain versus State of Maharashtra. It's also recent judgment of 2022. Such orders are without application of mind. That of the respondent officer is adding already the overburdened dockets of the court. Valuable judicial time is wasted. Officers do not seem to understand and appreciate the hardship caused to the general public because of such action taken. कि आप 7 दिन में नोटिस दे रहे हो और ऑर्डर भी पास कर रहे हो। Here court has levied the fine or of rupees 10,000 and asked to pay as a donation to the PM Care Fund. And it is also direct, the court has directed to the commissioner of the state and standard that you conduct some kind of training, oriented person from your officer that how they should do the adjudication proceeding, how the principle of national justice should be followed. So friend, these judgments are such kind of judgment we should keep on reading. I referred one judgment also. Here also it's a wonderful judgment on Bombay High Court. यहाँ पे क्या हुआ था? I'll just explain summarize way. In 2019 the order was passed. Taxpayer came to know in 2021 कि order pass हो गई है, and he went for filing the appeal. But very interesting observation made by the consultant of the taxpayer, the advocate of the taxpayer, that कि ये जो order pass हुई 2019 में ये साइन नहीं है और 2021 में उन्होंने साइन कॉपी पे ऑर्डर पे साइन लिया, एंड देन दे आस्क्ड दैट कि आवर अपील इज विद इन द टाइम लिमिट बिकॉज़ साइंड ऑर्डर पे 2021 में हुआ, एंड कोर्ट आल्सो एक्सेप्टेड दिस. Court also said that the date when the order is signed is the date when the order is actually issued, not 2019, it's a 2021. Therefore appeal is within the time limit. Again, provisional attachment, friends, many times कभी कभी ऑफिसर्स बोलते हैं हम अटैच कर देंगे आपकी प्रॉपर्टी, अटैचमेंट कर देंगे. सो द अटैचमेंट पावर इज नॉट अ लिबरल पावर. दिस इज द फॉर प्रोटेक्टिंग द इंटरेस्ट, revenue interest. Just because you have not filed the return for 1 month, department cannot proceed to attach your bank account. person they will never attach your bank account just 1-2 month का आपका रिटर्न नहीं हुआ है तो. There is a instruction also of the CBIC in this regard. Commissioner must be duly and duly consider, carefully examine before taking any decision of the attachment. Attachment must not be exercised in routine manner. Value of the property attached should not be excessive. मान लो डिमांड है 1 lakh की, your property should not be attached of 1 crore. Movable property normally should be attached, and attachment should not hamper the normal business activity. अगर attachment hamper हो रहा है तो इस instruction के against है. There is a very important judgment of the Supreme Court. I'll just read the red highlighted part in case of Vardar Krishna Industries versus State of Himachal Pradesh. Again, recent judgment. यहाँ पे अटैचमेंट हुआ था, हाई कोर्ट में गए थे, हाई कोर्ट ने भी डिसमिस कर दिया, नहीं अटैचमेंट बराबर है, बट सुप्रीम कोर्ट सेड नो, द पावर टू अटैच द प्रोविजनल अटैचमेंट is a draconian in nature and condition which preceded in the statute for valid exercise of power must be strictly fulfilled. तो condition दी है कि there should be reason to believe this must be exercised before attaching the property. Supreme Court said that there is a clear non-application of point by the commissioner before proceeding for the bank attachment. Commissioner shall be duty bound to deal with the objections of the attachment by passing a reason order. Therefore, this petition court has accepted. So, friends, अगर आपका प्रॉपर्टी अटैच हो रहा है, मोस्ट ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट इज करेक्ट, प्रॉपर्टी अटैच करनी पड़ती है या अटैचमेंट करना पड़ता है बिकॉज टैक्सपेयर इज वेरी केयरलेसली, is not submitting the returns, is not replying to the notices. These are the different scenario. I am talking about scenario where taxpayer सब कुछ ठीक कर रहा है, बट मान लो एक 2 month का रिटर्न कुछ पेंडिंग है, मान लो they have supplied to the government entity only, government entity payment नहीं दे रही है, therefore they are not able to file return. And if department is proceeding from the bank account for attaching the bank account, they should not do, because it will hamper the business activity. Then again, DIN requirement is very important on the notices. CGST authority already mandated that DIN requirement कि डॉक्यूमेंट, हर एक डॉक्यूमेंट जो सीजीएसटी के पास है उसके ऊपर DIN होना चाहिए, whether it is summon, whether normal notice, show cause notice or order, anything, it should have a DIN. Supreme Court also directed the state authority कि आपको भी DIN implement करना है. Some of the state already started the DIN process. अगर मान लो आपको सीजीएसटी अथॉरिटी के पास से कोई नोटिस आती है जिसके ऊपर DIN नहीं है, you can while submitting a reply politely आप एडिशनली बोल सकते हो, सर आपके नोटिस में DIN नहीं है, बट तभी भी हम रिप्लाई करें. Officer will understand that taxpayer is smart and is aware of all the provisions. Now, some of the one judgment tax paid but return filed late. One judgment I referred. This is one of the common query की सर ने late return भरा है but tax time पे भरा था. Even though department is not accepting, but there are recently also in one of the case High Court has allowed that. So अगर अमाउंट बढ़ी है तो आप झगड़ सकते हो कि आपने टाइम पे टैक्स पेमेंट किया है बट रिटर्न लेट भरा है. Interest calculation, how the interest calculation happens in case of late filing of return? It is again, friends, whenever that any notice or any demand order is issued, ask for the interest calculation. Most of the time it is आपको शायद उसमें कुछ arithmetical errors मिल सकते हैं. In one of case I received one show cause notice where officer has issued a show cause notice for 25 lakhs and interest also 25 lakhs. So these are the wrong calculations. So अगर लेट फाइलिंग ऑफ रिटर्न है तो जितना कैश पोर्शन है उसके ऊपर इंटरेस्ट लगेगा. Wrong availment, wrong utilized ITC कुछ, if you avail utilize the wrong ITC, then interest will start from the date of utilization. आपने लिया है, मान लो आपके पास आपने लिया अप्रैल मंथ में, आपके पास जितना क्रेडिट बैलेंस तब था वही बैलेंस मेंटेन है थ्रू आउट ईयर, एंड इन द मार्च मंथ यू यूटिलाइज्ड एंड तब वो कम हुआ तो आपको सिर्फ मार्च मंथ का इंटरेस्ट लगेगा. ई-वे बिल इश्यूज, फ्रेंड्स, आप ई-वे बिल मेनी टाइम्स I keep on receiving a call from the consultant or taxpayer, सर हमारी गाड़ी पकड़ी गई है वगैरह वगैरह और एरर हुआ है, कहीं पे पिन कोड का एरर होता है, कहीं पे जीएसटी नंबर का एरर होता है, कहीं पे वैल्यू मिसमैच होती है, एंड सब पैनिक सिचुएशन हो जाती है. And many times we are not aware of one wonderful circular in this regard, which I am referring. So 200 तक का penalty लगती है 200%, that is okay. There is one circular in this regard of 2018. As per this circular, 200% penalty is not required, only 1000 rupees penalty is required. But they have given 5-6 cases. But ये भी मालूम नहीं होता फ्रेंड्स ऑन दिस जस्ट बेस्ड ऑन दिस सर्कुलर आई थिंक मैंने 10-15 ऐसे केसेस जहाँ पे डिपार्टमेंट इज अबाउट टू वो प्रोसीडिंग करने वाले थे, मैंने उनको बताया सर आप यहाँ पे 200% पेनल्टी या फिर पहले 100% का मन नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज दिस इज द मैटर क्लेरिफाइड इन द सर्कुलर की स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक है वो है सिर्फ यहाँ पे एरर है पिन कोड में, यहाँ पे एड्रेस में कुछ मिस्टेक है, 2 डिजिट में मिस्टेक है या HSM में कुछ मिस्टेक है वगैरह वगैरह। तो ऐसे केसेस में सिर्फ 1000 तक का ही पेनल्टी कॉन्सिक्वेंस डिपार्टमेंट कर सकता है एंड वी शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ ऑल दिस थिंग्स। One more query with respect to e-way bill. I normally hear that sir department is raising objection on the valuation of the goods. उन्होंने गाड़ी पकड़ी है and they are saying नहीं नहीं आपने valuation 20 लाख दिखा है बट हमारे हिसाब से इसका 70 लाख है। Friends, there are number of judgments. The valuation aspect cannot be checked by the officer when he is checking the vehicle for the vehicle purpose. कि पापा गाड़ी रोड पे जब vehicle है, he should normally check whether the documents are there, whether document and e-way bill is matching. That is the only that things and the vehicle number, everything is right or not. Valuation aspect they cannot go. For that purpose, they should issue a separate show cause notice or detailed show cause notice. उसके लिए वो vehicle सीज नहीं कर सकते, गुड सीज नहीं कर सकते। एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस ई-वे बिल में फेवरेबल जजमेंट आ रहे हैं कोर्ट्स के। अपीलेट अथॉरिटी आल्सो फ्रेंड्स, अपीलेट आल्सो आर गिविंग अ फेवरेबल जजमेंट्स कि ठीक है आपका कहना है कि टाइपोग्राफिकल एरर था, टाइपोग्राफिकल मिस्टेक था, देयर इज नो इंटेंशन टू इवेड दैट ड्यूटी। इन सच केस अपीलेट अथॉरिटी आल्सो आर गिविंग द फेवरेबल ऑर्डर्स बट वी नीड टू जस्टिफाई देम कि व्हाट हैपेंड। फॉर एग्जांपल आपकी गाड़ी अलग रूट से थी, क्या था क्या नहीं हुआ था, गाड़ी आपकी अलग जगह थी, क्यों था क्या हुआ था, सब सिनेरियो हमें एक्सप्लेन करना चाहिए। So with this friends I completed my session. I keep on sharing the GST updates, so if anyone of you wish to receive the GST updates you can just text me on this. So thank you. I try to address as many questions as possible. Friends, GST is a massive change our country is seeing. Government is trying their hard, but still there are so many problems. Again, at the same time, it is opportunity also for professionals to do great practice in GST. So with this, I complete my session. Thank you for bearing me for 1.5 hours. In online session, it is very difficult to listen anyone. थोड़ा सा boring होता है, but I tried my best. Thank you, GyaanStation. Thank you, ITAT Ahmedabad for this opportunity, and thanks to all participants. Over to Dipti ji.
Thank you, Swapnil ji, for this wonderful deliberation of the session. There was a demand for the PPT for this session, which you please share with me. So I'll share with all the participants. And also, I would like to make an announcement that we on 2nd of May, we are celebrating Maharashtra Day as well as International Labor Day. So we have kept some very special session on labor laws with a very eminent speaker, Advocate Ramesh Soni ji from Mumbai. And he is going to join us to enlighten us on various provisions of Bonus Act, ESIC, PF. So do join next Thursday, same time, 4 to 5:30 to celebrate Labor Day with all of us. Thank you. And I have also shared with in the message, the WhatsApp channel link of GyaanStation. Do please join that because all the program updates, professional updates, and any PPT or whatever you need to get connected with GyaanStation will be shared on. That is one stop for all your solution. That is GyaanStation WhatsApp channel. I have already shared the YouTube link of that. Another announcement is to watch this session again. We have made it live on the YouTube channel, and the link of the YouTube channel is already shared in the chat box. So you can again refer to it. Swapnil ji is always available to help you out. Due to time constraint, we are not taking any further queries in the session. And most of the questions have been answered simultaneously with the provisions and the slides by the Swapnil ji. So directly moving out to the end of the session, I request CA Hitesh Talresa to please give the formal vote of thanks, and I also recognize the presence of CA Amrit Porwalji, the President of JCF Mumbai, to grace today's session. Thank you everyone for joining us. Over to you, Hitesh.
Thank you, Dipti ji, for giving me this opportunity. Uh, I would like to say that this is an amazing webinar, and the Swapnil sir has covered a lot of things in a very short of span of time. So, from on behalf of GyaanStation and team, and from all the audiences, I would like to extend my gratitude to Swapnil sir for delivering such an informative webinar on GST investigation, GST audit, and notices. Thank you, sir, for the delivering this session, sir. Over to you, Dipti.
Thank you. And definitely many queries are left. So we will call Swapnilji again next month or whenever it is possible for you to take few further sessions with us. Thank you. And thank you all the participants for joining. Stay tuned with GyaanStation for more such programs and update. Thank you.